Hey guys, it's Karen Akari. In today's video, we're going to talk about your next trip. So let me tell you about your next trip or vacation, if you will. All right. So for pile number one, you have this picture of this man with his dog. And you have this one for pile number two. This man with the broom. And then you have this for pile number three. These two guys just sitting outside the building. Alright. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, pile number one. This is your photo. Alright. Let's get started. Let me tell you about your next trip. Okay, you have Five of Cups, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Fool. One more card. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. The Fool and Eight of Wands. Alright. Underneath the deck, we have Five of Wands. For pile number one, this trip is going to be a reset from all of the burdens, and or a nicer way to put it would be like from all the burdens and just maybe like stress that you've been dealing with, the heartbreak. It's like you're finally over that chapter of your life of it being like all work no play, and it's like no, it's time for you to move on, and it's time for you to like turn around and see like, oh, I still have two cups left, like I still have my blessings here, and it's time for me to go treat myself and celebrate that and just have fun, have a ball, have a party. It's like this is kind of like a spur of the moment trip, sure, but it's also kind of like a trip to just move on and like have a good time, relax. It's gonna be fast paced, just full of so much adventure, and it's like going to be so cleansing and calming to the soul. It's like, I don't know what I'm it's giving. I don't want to say girls trip because it's like it's no specific gender in mind, but it's like it's one of those trips where it's like I'm going to have a blast and have a good time, and it's like to treat myself because I'm celebrating moving forward, and I'm just so happy for pile number one for this. It's like a good time. Like, okay, like let's get some more details, but it's like I'm getting like, yeah, this is like a vacation. It's like we going to have fun. It's like when you come back, you're going to be a new person, but it's like you need that reset, like from the stress, like that BS from that, and it's like I'm coming back just so mellow and just glowing. It doesn't necessarily have to be like somewhere, maybe one of those people who like the winter, but let's just look. But yeah, just you're coming, it's just gonna be a good time. All right, tell me more about pile one's vacation. Alright. Authority figures. Vows. And then you have imprisonment or slavery. Okay. Then underneath the deck you have father. Okay. Obviously this is like not what you're going to be dealing with from your vacation. I'm seeing it as though like this might be what you're moving past when it like this is kind of the reason why you're going on vacation, is because it's like you're going from feeling so bogged down and like, oh my gosh, I have to do everything from A to Z, like it's like you're feeling low-key like imprisoned by your own circumstance. You're going from that feeling to I'm having a good time, I'm relaxed, I'm like, you need this vacation. You need this vacation more than you realize. It's like you need it because what you're going through right now is making you feel bogged down. So even if it's like a stay at home vacation, or if home is not where you need to go, like if you can go somewhere like to a park, somewhere like maybe even like, I don't know, to the beach, like go somewhere where you can just relax, because this pile number one has been going through it. For these cards to come up, but yeah, it's like you owe that to yourself to just go. Alright. Vows. So some of you might be married. Authority figures. Imprisonment. Or slavery. Like a family, maybe. Feeling. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, it's like maybe you guys have just been under a lot of like stress, but like authority figures could also be like your parents, or like I said, maybe you're married, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever situation, was like you guys have been doing too much for too long. I'm not trying to plug myself, but like the what burdens do you need to let go of video might help you. You don't necessarily have to pick pile 1, just pick whatever pile resonates with you. But if you've already watched that one, like those two are like, for this pile, that reading has a lot of significance for you. But yeah, what burdens do you need to let go of? I might link it in the description box for pile number 1. But I'm telling you guys, like those two, it's like whatever has been like holding you back and holding you down, whatever those burdens are, it's like you need this vacation and this travel to cleanse yourself of it, to like just renew yourself. Okay. Alright, so one more message for pile number 1. Yeah, like going somewhere tropical, like the beach or somewhere, might be significant. But one more message for pile 1. Alright. And then you have Akat's dedication. Underneath the deck you have Achilles' confidence. Alright. Dedication. So it's like, some of y'all have been really like dedicated to your work or to whatever you've been doing, and it's now time to dedicate yourself to going on a trip, going on a little adventure, and just taking care of yourself, because it will do you some good. Alright, now I'm gonna read out of the book what this god means. Okay. Akat dedication. It is time to complete a current project and dedicate yourself to your next venture. It is safe to commit. The ancient Mayans were a tattooed people, not just a decorative art to them. Tattoos displayed clan identity and were seen as rites of passage and a direct injection of divine power. Mayans believed that when someone tattooed a god or his symbols upon his or her skin, some of the energy and power of that god remained with that person always. Since tattooing held such significance and the accuracy in the depiction mattered so much, the tribe revered the tattooist. The god Akat governed the art of tattooing and ruled the practitioner's hands. Akat himself, covered in the ink of gods, witnessed the contracts you sign with yourself. Just like when people decide to be tattooed as a statement to the world about who they are, you make these statements to yourself all the time in other ways. Know that symbols and words of promise have power, and that Akat is the protector of these. When Akat comes up in your reading, it may be a sign that it is time to dedicate yourself to a new project or path. Consider completing a rite of passage where you meet the strength or courage to stick to what you have promised. Akat is there to assist you. Keeping your word, especially to yourself, is important when this card is present. And the shadow side of this card is some people have a habit of starting things and never completing them. If this becomes a repeating pattern in life, it can be a real issue. Perhaps you have a hard time saying no to friends, so you say yes, but then don't follow through. Maybe you have a hard time finishing assignments after you've begun, or maybe you do not want to fully commit to any one person or thing, even particular sports team or interest, because you're afraid it will limit our options. It can be helpful to call upon a God to help you stay on the path that you have chosen. So symbols that represent him would be tattoos, personal symbols of a pathway or project you want to commit to, and ink. So obviously tattoos could be significant to this pile, like maybe you're tatted up or whatever, but that's not really it's not important, but whatever. I believe that it's like you guys are so dedicated to everything else and everyone else that it's time to dedicate yourself to actually taking care of yourself and going. Weirdly enough, vows, dedication, it's like you guys are so like straight laced, like so stringent with everything else and everybody else. It's like, go on that vacation, take rest. Like, you need it, your body needs it, your mind needs it, your soul needs it. It's like, go on that vacation, please, because you are tying yourself down to things that you don't need to anymore. It's like, let yourself go, like let yourself be free. Yeah, like it's time to free yourself. Go ahead and free yourself. Yeah, like go free yourself, seriously. That's all I have for pile number 1. But your reading was super interesting. I hope you guys actually follow my advice and relax. If you guys want to talk to me about it in the comments, go for it. But yeah, like I said before, check out like my other video if you feel drawn to it. But if not, no worries. Y'all have a good one. Alright, bye. Hi, pile 2. This is your picture that you chose. You guys need. Alright, so let's get back to the reading. Tell me about pile 2's next trip. Tell me about pile 2's next trip. Alright. Tell me about pile 2's next trip. About positive next trip. You have Temperance, boom. Then you have, oh wow, okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. I cannot show this. You have the star, but unfortunately, because of guidelines, I cannot show that. Okay, so the star, I'm gonna just put this cute little sticker over it because her everything was just all out, y'all, so can't show that. Knight of Pentacles. Strength. In the World. And I also have to cover that up too. So give me 1 second. That's better. All right. The World. So here you guys go. And underneath the deck, you have Judgment. I feel like this pile is definitely going on like your next trip will feel like a spiritual retreat. It could be an actual spiritual retreat where you're like meditating, doing the like ayahuasca thing, something just spiritually enlightening. But I can also see it like for other people it could just be like a luxury vacation where it's like you're just like a cruise or something, like a luxury cruise. It's like you're taking care of yourself, so it's like you're elevating yourself to another level, be it financially or just spiritually. That's what I'm seeing. And it's not necessarily like, I mean, I think that's going to be so fun for you guys because it's like, it's bringing balance to your world after you're done. Like, this is like a fun, but it's not necessarily, it's like more relaxing. This group is definitely more of like a relaxation, taking care of, self-care kind of pile where it's like you're finding the balance within yourself and just at zen, like you're trying to find that zen, like realigning yourself. And it might be through luxury, it might be through actual spiritual pursuits, but either way it's giving. All right, it's giving spiritually enlightenment and evolution and elevation. Tell me about Pile 2's next trip. Alright, tell me about Pile 2's next trip. Alright, you guys have transportation. So it could be you guys are going on a train. You guys are going on, like I was saying before, like a cruise could be significant for a lot of people. Like you're going on a cruise or you're going maybe on a car ride. It's like how you're getting there is definitely, well, obviously through a plane if you're going on, but it's like I see it more like the trip is on the transportation. So I think it's more like a cruise. Excuse me. Asia. So you guys could like, oh, I was also saying zen and like zen, like spiritual, and like a Buddha statue. So like you guys might be like going on a cruise around Asia. That sounds so fun. And then health. Yeah, like this is definitely like a elevating your health, your spiritual health, or even your physical health. And also, like, Asia is also known for its like remedies, like and Eastern medicine and herbs and stuff. Underneath the deck, you have persecution and inquisition. I think that's what you're moving away from, if that was a problem, but that's not what you're gonna find on your trip. But I'm seeing is like you guys are going on a trip, like a cruise around Asia, and like meditating and just, I don't know, maybe you're gonna get into like medicinal herbs and stuff like that, and teas. Maybe that's significant tea right now, but it's like it's going to elevate your health and your well-being, like your mindfulness for yourself. That's so fun. But yeah, I'm seeing a cruise for a lot of people, but that's so cool. All right. Tell me more about how to's trip. About how to's trip. All right. Tell me more about how to's trip. Trip. Ooh. Tell me more about how to's trip. Okay. Garuda travel. You don't say. So yeah, this pile, traveling is definitely significant. So you're going outside for sure. And then underneath the deck you have Helios cycles. Alright. I'm gonna read out of the book for this one. Travel opens your experience and expands the self. Whatever journey you wish to take, you are protected. From a great golden egg, bird body god Garuda was born. The cosmic shock of the crack lit up the universe, and he was so powerful that all beings, including the other deities, shook in terror. Reducing his size and energy to make himself more friendly to the gods, Garuda flew from heaven to earth, delivering nectar. One of the more ancient Hindu gods, Garuda is featured in the Vedas, the oldest text in Hinduism, and later in the great Sanskrit Indian epic, the Mahabharata, which has been compared in importance to Shakespeare, the Bible, and Homer. He is much loved for his assistance to Vishnu and a number of his heroic avatars. Perhaps the most well-known story featuring Garuda is that of the kidnapping of his mother, Vinata, after she lost a bet to her sister, the Serpent Queen, Gadru. Garuda asked the serpent, what it would take to free his mother. They answered with a hiss, the elixir of immortality, Amrita. The Amrita sat in heaven with the gods, and they had it well guarded, not just by a ring of fire and a machine of wiring blades, but also by 2 poisonous snakes of great mass and evilness. Although he knew the gods were omniscient and would know of his plans, brave Garuda flew to confront them in battle for the Amrita. Powered with the love of his mother and flying with the serpents with super speed, Garuda defeated all. He extinguished the fire by sucking up rivers and spitting them onto the blaze. Diminishing his size, he crept under the sharp blade and ripped apart the 2 serpent guards. Taking the precious liquid onto his beak, he soared downward and toward the mass of serpents waiting for his return. While passing a cloud, he spotted Vishnu, who did not wish to battle the good Garuda. Instead, the 2 guards reached a gentler agreement. Vishnu granted Garuda immortality, so he had no need to drink the Amrita, and Garuda promised to support Vishnu by being his flying companion and mount. Back on Earth, Garuda placed the Amrita in view of the snakes, and his mother was safely freed from her prison. The snakes quickly scrambled to drink the treasure, but Garuda suggested that it was only right to perform prayer beforehand. As they did, the god Indra swooped down to retrieve the potion and return it to heaven. From that day forward, Garuda was Vishnu's magical mount, whose speed and agility were the key to many of Vishnu's victories. The idea of a bird going through the fire and not only surviving but flourishing, like the phoenix, is part of Garuda's energy. Garuda is still a potent symbol of flight today. It is even the name of Indonesia's national airline. Thailand also uses Garuda as a symbol, but it is the Buddhist representation, which is a winged deity that can change itself into human form. The Indian Brahmini kite, a small bird of prey, is considered the living representation of the god. Although it's much smaller than most large eagle-like representation of the god, call upon Garuda when you are about to undertake its difficult journey or for protection while traveling. If you need to make a connecting flight, are traveling on your own for the first time, or even learning how to drive, Garuda will listen to your petition and help you. His presence in your life may indicate travel is near, or that the phoenix aspect that you will flourish after a period of trial and possibly hardship is active. Alright, his symbols are yellow-bodied man with the head of a bird, cosmic egg, an ancient Hindu concept of how Earth looked in the beginning. Okay. Okay. First, obviously travel. Safe travels always. Could be one reason why this popped up, but I'm seeing like the connection, like Asia, like even though I don't know if India is considered, I think it's a subcontinent near Asia, let's just say that. But anyways, so that could be significant to you. You could be going some, like I said, like Asia is just definitely significant to this pile. And whatever you're doing, like I was getting this before, but this might be like a gift to yourself after having to deal with so much burden, because you have temperance and then the star, and the star comes after the tower, I believe. I'm not 100% right now on that, but it's like the star comes after, like the star is a card of hope. That is a card of like, even though everything went crazy, it's guaranteed to become better. And it's like hope, for sure, like having faith even though it looks hopeless. So this is definitely like a gift to yourself and a time of healing and moving forward. And it's like, I'm doing this because I went through so much. I'm gifting this to myself. And it's like let it be a luxury cruise. I'm taking this luxury cruise because of all of the nonsense I had to deal with. So this is my gift to myself, and that's okay. And it's like, it's going to be so healing and rewarding for you, and you're gonna come back looking better than ever, feeling better than ever, and just being that girl or that guy. Yeah, so like, that's all that I have for you guys for pile 2. I hope that this resonated and that it helped, and that you guys have so much fun in this trip that you guys are going on. Feel free to tell me about it in the comments. Honestly, I'll read them. All right, y'all have a good one. See y'all later. Bye. Hi guys, so this is pile number 3, and you chose this picture, so y'all can get a closer and better look. All right, so let's get it in and do your reading. Tell me about pile 3's next trip. Tell me about pile 3's next trip. Tell me about pile 3's next trip. Next trip. About number 3's next trip. Alright. The Hanged Man, or the Hanged One in this deck. Alright, you got 8 of Wands. Ten of Cups. King of Wands. And Queen of Swords. Let me see what's underneath the deck. King of Pentacles. This might not be for everybody, but it's like, this might be like a cute little honeymoon situation for some people. Like, interesting, like a honeymoon, or it's like a date kind of thing. Like, it's like, oh, like we're a couple, we're going on our first trip, or like this is our big trip as a couple, like a, what is it, one of those milestone things. So your next trip could be that, or for other people, if you're single, or just it's complicated and you're like, no, it's not anything about that, like love, because not everybody is super gung-ho about romance. It could be simply I don't know, like it could be like a simple solo trip. Some people could just be a solo trip to get like, to just better themselves, better their mind and their like body. But I'm saying like one of those like excursions where it's like, I don't know, like the adventure excursions where you're like zip lining, you're doing the rock climbing, what else? Like something like, or like it's like immersive, like physically, like you're doing something for the body, you know what I mean? But like for a lot of people, it's definitely a honeymoon. It's giving honeymoon. It's like, I can't even lie, like for most people it's definitely a honeymoon, like or like a little romance getaway, like be with your person. But let's get some more information. Yeah. Tell me more about Pile 3's next trip. Pile 3's next trip. And tell me about Pile 3's next trip. Galactic. Interesting. Star-crossed lovers. We'll see. Authority figures. And trees. Galactic, authority figures. And then underneath the deck is spirituality and religion. So like this could definitely be like, okay, so many different things. Authority figures, you guys could be a power couple. King of Wands, Queen of Swords, definitely give power couples. It's like taking a load off. Galactic, y'all could be going to like a little planetarium, doing something space themed, stargazing, romance underneath like the stars. Then you have trees. I could also see like I said, like that zip linery thing. Usually, I believe it has something to do with trees and stuff like that. Definitely a lot of nature outside. It's natural. It's like taking yourselves out of your element, which is like you guys are probably more city people, and then you're going more into nature, trees and stuff like that, as you will. But yeah, like it's definitely, I'm seeing this as more than one person, like a honeymoon for sure. And if this is not your pile, if you like don't resonate with that, and that's okay. Maybe a different pile will, or just another reading another time. But it's definitely kind of more of a lovers thing, or just so interesting. But yeah, like, oh yeah, like I said before, star-crossed lovers, you guys could have some a little bit of drama when it comes to like your relationship, and it's like you guys are going on this trip to not necessarily listen to what other people have to say about your relationship, and to love on each other in private. solitary, like trees, like in the nature. That's probably why you guys are going somewhere off the grid, because it's like you guys want to know like if it's going to work, or if it's not going to work, it's because of us, not anyone else. So your next trip is definitely like a get to know my partner trip somewhere else. Yeah. Anyways, because you guys need space. But anyways. Tell me about pile 3's next trip. Alright, you got Anubis protection. And underneath the deck you have Thor action. Okay. Alright. Grief and suffering are a natural part of life. Know that you are loved and protected at this time and at all times. When you go down into the womb-like environment of the tombs, built in ancient Egypt, the gods will seem to live and breathe in the frescoes upon the earthen walls. Among them, there is always of the dark, majestic jackal head, signifying the presence of Anubis, god of the underworld in mummification. To our eyes, Anubis might look fearsome, but this is not the truth. Yes, jackals do move among graveyards in real life, but this jackal god takes great care of the tender new souls who have passed on into the next world, the afterlife. After preparing them by guiding the embalmer's hands, Anubis travels with the dead to have their souls weighed by Mayats, the goddess who embodies the natural law, truth, and justice, as recorded in the Book of the Dead. When the cult of the god Osiris grew stronger in Egypt's later Middle Kingdom, Osiris took over many of Anubis' jobs as caretaker and protector of the dead. Thereafter, the myths about Anubis became more focused on specific embalming methods and the mummification processes. The care and effectiveness with which embalmers enacted the mummification process is still a marvel today. The priests of the funerary rites placed a sacred mask of Anubis upon the body when conducting the mummification, enabling the deceased to momentarily become the god during the preparation. Call upon Anubis when you or others are affected by death or simply need protection. Allow Anubis to relieve your grief and suffering. If a friend is or you are changing, if a shift in a relationship is worrying or hurting you, or if you simply feel like you are drifting away from someone you care about, call upon Anubis to assist with this transition, knowing that Anubis is carefully protecting and watching over you. and your friend as your souls make this new journey. Alright, and then you have the symbols is the jackal head, flail, and ankh. But I think for most of you guys, it's like protection while you guys go through this new journey of seeing where your relationship is going, without, like before, like I was saying, without everyone's 2 cents into it. So it's like this next trip is going to be about finding whether or not this might be your person, and if you guys want to grow together or just simply apart. As well as if this is like a singles reading, like you're single and you're like, what is this even about? And it's like, it's probably just for you. Then this is definitely a chance for you to take space away from everybody else and figure out, who am I, without everyone else telling me who I am, what I want, and everything else. It's like, whatever this is, it's like giving yourself time and space to figure out what you need to know, like clarity. It's like you're taking this space, no matter if this is with someone else, like because you're a couple, or by yourself. It's like you're figuring out what next steps you want to take in life without everyone else being in your ear. It's definitely giving, like, I need to find space for myself to figure out who I am with or without this person, or just, like just those moments for you to figure out your own energy and just be in your own energy for a moment, if that's with someone else or not. Like, but this is what your next trip is going to be about. It's going to be about figuring out what's going on and giving yourself clarity and space. And yeah, like, it might be in nature. Nature might really be where you guys need to go, somewhere with a lot of trees, because like that is a healing force. So it's like, yeah, like, give yourself time and space to heal and figure out who you are, even if that's like with your person or not. Like, this is not like, this is more catered towards it being more of a like lover's reading. But if you're single, or if you're, then it's about finding who you are and having that space. But I don't feel like repeating. I feel like I'm just in a spiral of repeating myself. Like, that's all that I have for pile number 3. I hope this helps, and I hope you guys tell me, if you guys want to, in the comments, what your next trip was like and where you went and then all of that. I want the details. I'm a little nosy. But other than that, see you guys in the next reading. Thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you have a good day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this, and you continue to be safe out there. Mwah.